Hello everyone, welcome back to Positive Vibrations. My name is Terrence Davenport, and this is the second episode of YouTube Learning, where we're going to talk about covalent bonds. This is going to be a pretty fun episode for me because I don't have the slightest idea of what covalent bonds even are. The best knowledge that I have of them is that they has something to do with mathematics. The only reason that I even have knowledge of covalent bonds to even search them up is because this was another recommended YouTube learning adventure. And it's actually from the same person that recommended the last one on Tai Chi and Qigong. They recommended covalent bonds, and I wanted to check that out too and see what that's all about. And that's kind of like a lesson to anyone out there that wants to suggest anything to my channel. I am so open to recommendations. If you want me to do, it's not just to, like, as far as my dancing goes, if you want to recommend a song, but if you want to recommend a video on what I should do a YouTube learning on, or if you want to do a video, just recommend anything. Like, but yeah, whatever you want to get my quick opinion on, just let me know and drop it in the comments down below. Alright, so I'm gonna check this out right now. I don't know how cool this stuff is even going to be. But I'm just gonna start checking out videos. I've got my notebook and pen just so I can start taking down notes, and whenever I find something that I find interesting, I'll write it down, and I'll definitely share that with the audience and kind of give my perspective, my interpretation, or summary of what covalent bonds are to me through my eyes. So, yeah, let's see here. Okay, so I typed in covalent bonding, and looks like the first video that popped up here is this video that's 6 minutes and 30 seconds long. It's this one called Chemistry, What is a Covalent Bond? Non-polar and non-polar intramolecular forces, and it's by a YouTube creator named Socratica. So we're gonna check that out first, and yeah, I'll let you know how that goes, and if there's anything important, I'll pause the video and stop it. Otherwise, I'll just watch the whole video from beginning to end and let you know what I pick up on it. Yeah. Okay, alright. Already I'm kind of perplexed, just because all of this stuff seems to be a little outside my pay grade, so to speak, like stuff that I'm just not familiar with. It's talking about intramolecular forces, and the three types of intramolecular forces that there are ionic bonds, covalent bonds, and metallic bonds. And I'm gonna find out what those are. Alright, that was really cool. That was my first video on watching watching covalent bonds. And I probably am gonna check out ionic bonds and metallic bonds as well, just because these are the other two types of intramolecular forces. But I hate to sound like such a Neanderthal here, but like, so much of this stuff, even though it was just a 6 minute and 30 second video, so much of this stuff went right over my head. Like, I didn't really get a good understanding of what was being talked about in here, and it wasn't really explained in a way that the layman could like easily pick up on it. You know, there was a bit of a learning curve where you kind of had to already be inducted into this information to kind of like to. It was really hard for me to jump on the tracks, you know. But the basic understanding that I had picked up from this video is that covalent bonds has a lot to do, and intramolecular forces in general has a lot to do with once you get to like the molecular level of like things in general. Like things are put together at the atomic level through either ionic bonding, covalent bonding, or metallic bonding. And what type of bonding is going on here kind of describes like how these things are put together, is what it sounds like to me so far. It sounds like it's a lot of this stuff is like happening at the atomic or subatomic level, where that's kind of what's being talked about here. Is the like they call these things a valences, atomic valences. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure. Socratica, you definitely got me. You guys are really intelligent. Maybe I'll check out a video from somebody else who will explain it in a way that's a little bit easier for a simpleton to understand. Alright, here is Fuse School Global Education. What are covalent bonds? Properties of matter, chemistry, Fuse School. And this is 5 minutes and 53 seconds. So I'll be right back. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so when two very non-similar elements are bonding, like metals and non-metals, and they're swapping electrons, that's ionic bonding. But when two very similar elements are bonding and they're sharing elements, this is called covalent bonding. When these similar elements are sharing electrons. Alright, after watching Fuse School, I can't help but say I feel even dumber. Wow. Covalent bonding is way more complex and in-depth than I ever imagined it to be. It goes pretty deep on a lot of new scientific terms that I didn't have any knowledge of prior to looking up these videos today. And it's talking about these molecular structures, these lattice-shaped covalent electron structures that end up like creating like basically like a how diamonds are structured at the atomic level, you know, like molecularly, like their structures seem, the reason why their structures are so like latticey, so strong, so put together, is because of their covalent bonding. It's because of the way that they're structured at this. Cut that out, and we're gonna try that again. Yeah, so Fuse School just showed me that this stuff is gonna take me a little bit to get a grasp on it. It's going to take me a little bit to like figure it out, to fully understand the ins and outs of it, and I'm sure it's going to take me even longer to apply this knowledge to my life in any way that holds any meaning. But I'm gonna try and watch another video on it to try and get an idea of it. It looks like the next video I've got here is this 13-minute and 44-second video by Robin Reaction. It's this video, Covalent Bonding, Definition and Examples. And hopefully this is the one that, helps me to understand it a little bit more clearly. Okay, so it sounds like the basic definition for covalent bonding is the type of bonding that happens between two or more non-metals. That's the basic definition. Alright, I just finished watching that Robin Reaction video. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty gnarly. She kind of showed me in a way that I could understand it a lot better through her introduction to covalent bonding, just because in her video she kind of explains it with she uses drawings, and she explains it with examples. There was this cool example that she used with like covalent bonding is kind of like two people who need to like buy the same pair of shoes. They end up putting together their money. They don't have enough money to get it on their own, so they get the money, they get the shoes together, and then they end up wearing the shoes. I'll wear the shoes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you'll wear them Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. That kind of a thing, where it's like this like trade-off back and forth, but it's happening with electrons instead of shoes. And it's this thing where they talk about this valence of electrons happening at the molecular level, between these elements. So where it's getting really interesting is that I'm starting to think of it like there's this and I need to figure out so much more about this stuff. This person, Robin, that they were talking about Lewis structures, and these complicated mathematical equations that are just like, they've blown my mind. And she was saying that like if you don't know this stuff, like she's got a video on like introduction to valence electrons or whatever it is. I might need to watch some more videos on some other stuff before I even get too heavy into covalent bonding, because this might be like a rabbit hole that might get deeper and deeper and deeper. But here's something that I was thinking was pretty interesting while I was watching these videos, is that covalent bonding can only happen between non-metals. And as human beings, being non-metals, I was wondering if that is kind of like, covalent bonding. If like you could consider human interaction covalent bonding. Or if, like, the interactions that are taking place, the chemical reactions inside of our body, is that covalent bonding? Like if you kiss somebody, is that covalent bonding? I don't know. There's another video down here that's called a covalent versus ionic bonds, and this is by a YouTube creator named Beverly Biology, and this video is 12 minutes and 23 seconds. So I'm gonna check this out real quick. Alright, I just finished the video by Beverly Biology, and it was extremely informative. I really appreciated all of the information I just got from it. It was a little bit on the boring side, to be honest, to be completely frank. It kind of made me feel like I was like in like a college chemistry class or something like that. Like it kind of had this feel of like not necessarily condescending, not something like that though, where it, just the way that he explained the information, a lot of it was like repeated and kind of explained like he was talking to you like you were dumb or something. But yeah, I think the most important thing that I learned from watching this video is that the biggest difference between covalent bonds and ionic bonds is that covalent bonds are two they share their elements, or they share their electrons, and with ionic bonds they swap their electrons, and one will gain one while the other one loses one. But yeah, let me check out a couple more, or maybe not even a couple more, maybe just one more. But I'm getting to a point where I think I've got a good grasp on what covalent bonding is. Well, the only thing that I'm really concerned about, that I don't really have a full knowledge of, is how far does this covalent bonding go beyond the spectrum of our understanding, like beyond the spectrum of comprehension. Like if you pray for somebody and the prayer has an effect on that person, is that covalent bonding taking place? If you walk into a room and you're angry with someone and they can feel that tension, is that covalent bonding taking place? If you wish bad things upon somebody and then something bad happens to them, is that covalent bonding? I mean, you know, like, it makes me wonder all of these things, like, is covalent bonding taking place like at the quantum level, at the like through quantum entanglement? It, you know, is like, if I think about somebody, even if they're halfway across the world, and I think about somebody, does that thought actually have an effect on them? Whether that thought was good or bad, does that thought actually have an effect on that person? And they don't even realize it consciously, but subconsciously they feel something. Is that a covalent bond? I mean, all of this stuff is all speculation, and I don't necessarily know. I don't think that I'll find a video that even has, like, there can't be too many people that are even interested in topics like this, or like discussions like this. But I'm gonna check out a couple more videos, and maybe I'll find somebody who you know, or maybe I'll put in something in the search bar that makes it. Yeah, let me check out another video, and I'll get back to you. This next one here is Covalent Bonding by Bozeman Science. Wow. Bozeman Science. Definitely went over my head with this stuff. This guy is a human computer. This guy is a straight up genius. He is talking about internuclear distances and Coulomb's law and shell models and just all sorts of like electronegativity types of stuff that a lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with, and he knows what he's talking about. Like Bozeman Science, like he's mastered this, and I am not even hardly, I'm far from a black belt. I'll say that. Yeah, I didn't really pick up too much from this video, unfortunately. I think it might have something to do with the fact that it's because I've watched so many videos up until this point, and maybe my brain is a little fried, and I need to let some of this stuff marinate before I continue on. Gosh, my kitties are being just little cutie pies. Yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that really resonate with his types of videos and the information that he gives. But it was too much for me. I'm not to that level yet, and so even though that particular video didn't reach me that well, I actually really loved your style of like your attention to detail, your emphasis on like the analytics, or the very precise. What's the word I'm even looking for? You were talking about information that was very like deep information about the subject, and I was curious about if you're still making videos, and I see that the last one that you made was like 5 months ago, and then the one before that was like a year ago. So it looks like you might have slowed down on making videos, and that's totally okay. But I thought I'd check out what your best videos were. Maybe do a little bit of checking out your YouTube profile here. And it looks like your best videos, or your most popular videos anyways, are a video that you've done on the brain, a video that you've done on a tour of the cell, a video that you've done on photosynthesis, and a video that you've done on electron configuration. And just because of the way that you've explained things in this video here, I think I'm going to add all of these to my watch later. I think I'm going to check these out, actually. This looks like cool stuff. I'm going to see why are these your most popular videos? I'll have to take a look at these. Thank you, Bozeman. Alright, next I'm going to watch a video called GCSE Chemistry. And then the video is just called Covalent Bonding by Cognito. 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Alright. I think I've done pretty much as much as I can do on covalent bonding for tonight anyway. My brain is absolutely full with information that I have gathered in one sitting. I need to let all of this information sit and stew for a little bit and kind of filter out my thoughts on it and kind of like collect, you know. But I really do want to look up those videos. Or who was it that I just watched? I don't want to say Cognito, right? I think this is where I kind of realized that I've learned everything that I can learn for tonight. Is that I didn't really learn anything from this last video. This last video, it seems like it was just telling me stuff that I had already heard from other videos. So I think what I really need to do is I need to go and check out that that video on what is it? Valence electrons. I need to go check that one out from Robin Reaction. I want to check out her valence electrons video. I want to check out the Bozeman science videos, his videos, and then I want to check out just a couple more videos on ionic bonding and metallic bonding. And once I check out a couple more videos, I want to come back to covalent bonding, because I can tell here that there's a lot of stuff that I didn't really quite fully understand, and that I only just got a surface level grasp of what this information is. So yeah, if this helped you guys at home at all have any understanding or any idea of what covalent bonding is, well, I'm glad. I'm glad that it helped you to, you know, perhaps summarize some information from a multitude of sources. And yeah, just I guess my proof with these videos is always partially, I mean, mainly it's to learn, but partially it's to prove that you can learn through YouTube, you know, even though that's such a, the method isn't really tried or true. The method isn't really even, like, that ideology of learning stuff online isn't really even a respected ideology to begin with, but I think it can be done. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, peace.